everybody goes crazy and they forget the fact that there's actually a story, and that's the point. You're telling a story using tools. You're not using tools to tell a story. Now, if you do anything that's not a sequel, or it doesn't look like one.
Well, I have to say George Lucas, because he gave me everything, and he's a wonderful person, and we all miss him. Once I saw Force Awakens for the first time at the screening he was at, and when I saw him, I gave him a hug and whispered in his ear, "It'll never be the same."
The main thing is to protect these characters, make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them.
But my larger point was, it doesn't matter if it's good as long as it makes money. So because The Force Awakens made a lot of money, I can't be, it's not ergo, it's good.
It certainly surprised me to hear Luke say it's time for the Jedi to end. I said, what?
Yeah.
Luke was the most optimistic, hopeful character. And
Yes.
I had a real, sort of a back and forth with Ryan. I said, Ryan, a Jedi doesn't give up.
Luke gets the lightsaber,
Right.
tosses it over shoulder. What'd you think?
That felt like the director just going like this to fans. And when J.J. Abrams set it up in The Force Awakens, you were really expecting this. And this isn't us fans just kind of going crazy in our own heads. It was set up that way, that this was going to be a moment, and everything sort of that we knew about Luke and Rey and that story of them, coming together, was supposed to be something monumental, not something that was just played for jokes. And also, if Luke didn't want to be found, why did he leave a map to where you could find him?
We want to make something for the fans.
Can I just say, though, a lot of times I would say to Ryan, we got to think about the fans. And he said, no, we got to think about the story, and we got to think about our movie, which
Again, this was just Rian Johnson taking all of that and just burning it.
I hope fans are going to be pleasantly surprised by how fun and funny this movie is.
We want to make something for the fans.
Can I just say, though, a lot of times I would say to Ryan, we got to think about the fans.
We saw Luke fish.
Oh, right.
And then he milks a giant lactating sea moose.
The main thing is to protect these characters, make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them.
You can't weaponize hyperspace because it changes everything in Star Wars.
Does this make sense within the rules of Star Wars?
You would just autopilot X-Wings, put them into hyperdrive, light speed, and just crash them into things all the time.
And I hope fans are going to be pleasantly surprised by how fun and funny this movie is.
My advice to anyone making a Star Wars movie is there's more to it than just spaceships. I'm curious that the Force doesn't get muddled into a bunch of garbly-gook. Well, I'm curious about what happened to 7, 8, and 9 and a bunch of other movies, and obviously we have hundreds of books and comics and everything you could possibly imagine. So, I sort of moved that treasure trove of stories, and I'm doing this so that the films will have a longer life, and so that more fans and people can enjoy them into the future. It's a very big universe I've created, and there's a lot of stories that are sitting in there.
The main thing is to protect these characters, make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them. As it moves into Disney, I think it's vitally important to anything we create that we hold on to the spirit of what started all of this. The main thing is to protect these characters, make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them.
The Star Wars universe now has more than 17,000 characters, inhabiting several thousand planets and spanning 20,000 years. And this gives Disney infinite inspiration and opportunities to continue the epic Star Wars saga.
Does this make sense within the rules of Star Wars?
We're thrilled that George has entrusted the future of his extraordinary legacy to the Walt Disney Company, and recognize what an honor it is. We truly understand the responsibility that comes with being the caretakers of such iconic characters that are beloved by hundreds of millions all over the world.
We want to make something for the fans.
Story. And I know that that's, if you second guess every creative decision that you have, that you're led to with some idea of, yes, but is this abstract notion of the fandom going to approve of this, then you're going to make a bad movie. And that's the one thing that nobody wants.